I seen a clown in real life the other day.
I seen a clown in real life the other day. I seen a clown in real life the other day.
Bam. Looks good, right? Let's get you in there. Solid. Hey. We got the only clown person we had on the clown car that's hugged my mom and publicly threatened to have sex with her in the same night. Nicole Melnyk. Shouts out. Oh, hell
Love
yeah.
you, Mom.
Fuck yeah. What's good? What's been happening?
What hasn't been happening, dude? I've been all over. I got to do a guest spot last night at the Detroit House of Comedy.
I seen that. Was that your first guest spot there?
Yeah, I went to the open mic a bunch of months ago, and then they do like a tier system for minutes, and so it's like no matter how much time you get, you're like, why didn't I get the most time?
Damn, dude.
But I was like 2 years in. I had no business being like, why can't I have 10 minutes?
What's up with society's obsession with tier systems? Like every fucking video game, everything.
It's effective.
Damn.
I hate it. I mean, I hate it, but it's effective, and it creates an environment where progress is the goal, not being the best necessarily, I think. Or at least maybe it's just for me. Maybe I just like tier systems.
Okay, so how does that work exactly? Like, so you're saying for the open mic there was a tier system?
Yeah, and I think there still is. I haven't been there now for a while, but shout out to Detroit House of Comedy. And when you go to the open mic, you sign up, and if he'd never met you before, you're either gonna get 3 or 5.
Okay.
Which 3 is what every big city offers at their mic. So that's like a basic
industry
club.
standard.
Yeah, that's like a basic. It doesn't really happen that much in Michigan because we have so many mics. But that one, and then there you get 5, and then 7, and then I think it goes up to 10. I don't know if there's a 20-minute spot at an open mic necessarily. But
yeah.
Why not throw one in every once in a while? Not to be like a shake up the system kind of gal, but
It's weird. Well, because you could put like 4 comics up in that time. I feel like because
that's
you
a good
know
point.
if we're the 20-minute slot there, but at the same time it would be cool and like if you're talking like systems to like have progress, you know, like people. The goal is progress in that system. To have a 20-minute slot on the open mic that was like revolving, like monthly, or something, that'd be solid.
That kind of be cool.
That'd be sick.
Showrunners. I run 2 shows.
Hey,
shouts to showrunners. Hey, me, how are you?
It's like that's super important too because just. You know, there's no direct line on how to get more stage time, and I guess in our area, I guess where I started, but nobody's gonna give you that time unless you really make it for yourself. Is that what you feel like was a catalyst for you running shows?
No, I was getting booked all over the place.
Okay.
The shows that I ran were people that trusted me and were like, hey, do you want to run shows?
Okay.
But then I was also running shows right out of the gate with a comic that doesn't comedy anymore, so fuck her, right?
R.I.P., bro. The fallen soldiers.
And then COVID happened, and then I think we were all out of the game for a minute, and then when it came back, I got the GR mic, and then the East Lansing mic, because Elena moved to New York. Shouts Elena, thank you for the room.
Shouts out.
But yeah, no, I was always, then that's like, today Nicole is like 2 times minimum on stage a week. That's too few. You know what I mean? But old me, year 1, year 2 me would have been like, yo, I get on stage twice a fucking week, dude.
Oh yeah.
And so for practice sake, and then also running shows means that you do have to get up every week, which means you don't even get the opportunity to be like, well, I'm tired this week, I don't want to go. It's like, yo, if you don't go, the show doesn't get run the way that you want it to. And
yeah, well, because it's super. Me and Alex were talking about that a lot. Just like running a show, like correctly.
Yeah.
So the way, like, you know, shouts out Alex.
Alex. Shouts
out. But fucking like running.
Bustler's hero origin story, dude. He started at Tip Top.
Really?
Yeah, he did. He just celebrated his 8 year. I think either today or yesterday.
Fuck yeah.
He started at Tip, which is crazy. It's like weird that Tip Top predates Bustler, dude.
Well, and that's what I was saying too.
To me, comedy was born when Bustler started comedy.
So, like, who was running it before there? Was there, like, do you know the history of that?
Kian ran it before. Kian, shouts Kian, a Chicago comic now, beloved in Michigan. does artwork. So if you need any logos made, hit up Kian Straub on Instagram. He was running it, then he gifted it. That's how show runners, I think, in the modern age get given shit when they're long-lasting mics like that. Kian was running it, and then I gave it to Alex. I remember going to Tip Top when Kian ran it, like a few times. Not that many, but a few. And then one of the times it was just a guest host situation. So I was like, I come here for fucking, you know what I mean? You come here for the mics that are like, oh, the Tip Top's the best mic in West Michigan. And then it's a guest host, and then you're from out of town, you're like, this is gay.
That is weird.
But then I bought a TV and a camera from Kian.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he's a cool ass dude.
Holy shit, you got Marketplace fucking like history with this person.
He had him on the thing, and so my phone's ringing. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, you're
Should I answer it?
Hey, that's a good picture. Answer it.
Answer it for the pod.
Hey,
what up?
Special guest.
Special guest Niles Nowak on the Maxwell Tidy podcast.
Clown car. Hey, it's amazing. This is crazy. Shouts out. Anything you want to share with the world, Niles?
No, I just want to make sure that we know about like the climate, and all that. And my Instagram is Niles the River. I just think that's important. Besides that,
The fucking climate, dude, that's so funny. We did a melanoma walk today, dude. You had a chance.
Oh,
Damn, just on to the next one, bro? Did melanoma even mean anything to you?
He goes, I did that walk, now I'm for the sun, dude.
Dude, these causes are hitting me up, man. I can't respond to all of them.
Jeez, bro. We on Clown Car talking about comedy. You come in here talking about greenhouse gases.
We're fundraiser comics, dude. We're activists / comedians.
Fundraiser comics.
But yeah, I'm coming to Funnies. I'm gonna see you there.
Okay, dope. I love you. I'll see you soon.
Hell yeah. Love you, bye.
Bye.
Special guest.
Pew, pew, pew.
Special guest. Niles Nowak. Give it up.
Give it up.
Damn, I guess it's just us in the car. But
I'm excited for it.
But fucking, it is weird seeing like mics outlive the comics that started them.
Yeah.
That shit's wild, dude.
Whoa. Well, that's like, but I also think it's cute when it sort of goes on to a new age. They were telling me that Tyler Caldwell is taking over Garage Bar for Joseph Johnson.
Okay.
And then that was, before it was Joe Johnson's, it was Abby Lemke's.
Yeah.
And then before it was Abby Lemke's, it was Mike Logan's. And you're like, the room belongs to the comics.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a host there or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's not Tyler. No, shouts Tyler. Shouts Joe. Shouts all of them. But it's like, when I started that room, it was Mike Logan. So in my head, when Abby took over, I was like, well, it'll never really be Abby's room. And then Joe Johnson takes it over, and I'm like, dude, you're not my real daddy. But, so, yeah, I think that's cool. I think, and also sometimes breathing fresh life and a new perspective in a room can resuscitate it.
Well, and then you're doing a service for the community, bro.
Exactly.
That's the whole thing. It's just about getting like the community more. The community, like
Yeah, dude,
it's about getting them more time, bro. That's what you gotta. If you like, you want to be a part of it, and like you have to also make opportunities for other people. You don't have to, but that's something that like I have started doing when I got into comedy, and that was to get myself more stage time.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, because where I'm from, we don't have any like mics. We had one, and then we had like another one that I started doing at a different place, and that was like
I like you just being the backbone of your city's comedy.
Yeah, exactly. The tiniest little thing.
Like, I want to do comedy, so I started comedy.
That's what you gotta do, man. That's you gotta make the opportunities if you actually want to fucking.
But that's the cool thing about GR. That's the cool thing about Detroit. Lansing, I don't think I say this lovingly because it's my home base, but Lansing isn't a comedy scene. It's a couple of mics layered on top of each other wearing a trench coat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's Max, it's Crunchies, Ozone's the last Thursday of every month. Shouts Nick and Johnny.
Shouts out.
And then Beggars. We have like showcase opportunities, but then that, like you said, it requires a comic to come in. And if they don't want to headline it, then they're producing it, which means then they got to find talent. Then they got to, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's so much work involved in a scene that is lush with venues instead of like bars that will do mics, that we can do mics at. Mm-hmm. But that's what freaking GR is for. That's what Grand Rapids is for, dude.
It's crazy, man. I've said it a lot, but just seeing like because I came pre-COVID just for like Laugh Fest a couple times and stuff like that, and then like I'd look on like the Michigan Comics Network like Facebook page,
MCN,
and fucking I like wouldn't see a ton of stuff going on, but now it's like there's a mic every single night,
yeah,
and it's wild, it's so sick, especially like with 7-minute mics, like in comparison to going to Chicago.
That's what I'm saying.
So lucrative, so
Dude,
fucking lucrative.
3-minute mics I think are good because. When we all went to Chicago, the dogs, shouts Dog Con Productions, when we all went, there were comics that were from Chicago, that grew up in the scene, that were like, how much time do I have left? You're like, dude, you have 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have fucking 4 jokes. You know what I mean?
Institutionalized by their own comedy scene.
Yeah, but they don't know how to because they're learning 3 minutes at a time, whereas you've learned 7. We already have 3. We have a couple 3s, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's easier to work on longer sets, which then taking those longer sets to the bigger cities, I think, is like kind of the ideal. I've been just like traveling a lot with Future Comedy, shout out Mike Ball. And that's like 10, 15-minute spots every, once a week, every other Saturday or every couple of Fridays. And that means that like, that's like 4 or 5, 6 3-minute sets. You know what I mean? But but that's why I'm trying to get to like an hour quick. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, I guess, necessarily.
Well, it's weird thinking about that too, I guess. Like,
but I feel like I have my 15, which is cool. But then I'm doing that thing where I get bored of my jokes, and so I'm trying to keep writing new stuff. That's the secret. You can't get bored with comedy, because once you get bored with something you love, you start seeing the dissatisfaction, whereas when you loved it, you would be like, so what, I have to drive, so what, it's, hurry up and wait, so what, I'm getting bumped, because you love it and you're happy to be there. But once you feed that dissatisfied part of doing something, it's like, well, 2.5 hours is so far away, dude. And I have 15 minutes. Why do you only give me 10 and shit like that? So I also try not to feed the negative anyway.
You have to do that, man, because like that's with, I guess, with comedy. It's like I often talk to people and I'm like, yeah, I'm driving. Like I do most of like my, I guess, like mics and stuff in GR. So then I'll hit somebody. I'll be talking to somebody at my work or anything else. Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to Grand Rapids. They're like, you're going to Grand Rapids tonight?
I know.
And I'm like, bro, it's like this is what you have to do. And the thing is, if you really love it, because like you love it when it's bad. Yeah. I like even dude. I love it when it's bad. If I drove 2 hours for this mic and there's only 3 people and they don't give a fuck and they're still trying to do comedy here, it's like, fuck it, dude. It's like, I love this and I want to do it. It's the pursuit of that.
Funny. Yeah. Same.
Yeah. It feels,
everywhere I go, I'm driving to Lansing and they're like, tonight? It's like, what?
Yeah, it's like 6 o'clock.
You guys gonna stay in town? You guys gonna stay in this shitty town? You think the open mic is paying for me to have a hotel room? You know what I mean?
And then you're still like grinding out, man. It's so weird too because like, I don't know, it's how long have you been doing comedy?
I don't see time the way humans do.
Okay.
But I'm at like 400 shows.
Okay.
That's how I keep track. I have a spreadsheet.
Do you really have all your shows?
Yeah.
That's so fucking sick, dude. That is so sick. That's crazy.
Yeah, I have the show, where it was, how many times I've been in that city, which the numerical stuff is harder to keep up, mostly as long as I get down the dates. It's who produced it, how much time I did, and then there's like a special notes where it's like my parents were there or something, whatever. That
makes me want to cry real tears. Like that is fucking beautiful. That's so sick.
Yeah. Well, it started because I have a dog shit memory, dude. So, and I wanted to remember these shows, I wanted to remember coming up. And so I just would keep track, and then it became like I need to, because there's no other way to answer how long you've been in comedy without not answering, unless you go, I've done 460 shows, and then they go, what? And I'm like, time isn't like yours. It's actually speciesist of you to assume that I correlated time the same way that you did.
Well, and like the people could also bullshit that so hard. Like I could have started doing a mic. I could have done comedy once in 2016. Took a year off. done this, and then I would have been like, oh yeah, I've been doing comedy for like 7 years.
Yeah.
You know?
I used to say I just started, and then people will get fucking sly with me and be like, you just say that so you look better as a newbie. And it's like, no, I want people to think I'm a newbie and I'm good. Like, it's not, like, I want people, when they think of me, to think of fresh, to think of young, to think of, like, amateurish in a good way. Like, all those qualities that we love about new comics. Because I don't ever want to be like a grizzled vet. Because we all have grizzled vets in our head, and we're like,
You want to be like constantly developing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's people that are the same age as me that I'm like, I thought you were as old as my dad. And maybe that's just like, because again, I don't really understand age at all, but then I'm supposed to be the same age as them. It's weird. But no, I tell people I went to high school with Dante, and we are not the same age at all.
That's so fucking funny, dude.
I go, we went to high school together. We graduated the same year. Don't ask any more questions. I'm not in the yearbook.
I was banished. I was banished from the class. This is the one no one wanted.
Don't ask more. One time, this new comic asked me, I think it might have been how long I've been in comedy. And then I made like a weird sound just because I'm like eccentric. And then Niles goes, oh, she doesn't like to answer personal questions.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, so even if, so what? If I'm doing 400 shows, even if it took me 30 years to do it, fuck you, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because comics will leave and come back and leave and come back, and then whether or not they count it as their time. Because every day I flip-flop on whether or not COVID mics count as real comedy, you know what I mean? Because I was running a weekly video mic that we would do workshops at the end of, and it was like we were all writing every week, and I think that should count. But there are people that will be like, COVID didn't count. It's an on-mic mic. Zoom's mics don't count. You're not getting the audience experience. You're not getting the laughs at the time that you're supposed to, yada, yada. We were supposed to check in 2 minutes ago. I just want to know.
Shit. Okay. We are going to have to come back to this.
Part 2.
Coming back.
After the commercial break.
Bam.
And we're back.
Second part of the clown car. How'd you feel about your set?
Good. It was long. I'm working on 15. I'm working on polishing a 15 to be a diamond right now. And he put me over 15, and I was like, no, I only, you know what I mean? It was like, I didn't review this material yet. Not that I can't, you know what I mean? I've done half hours, and you can sort of do anything if you put your mind to it.
Well, you want your new solid 15 that you can take to a solid room and do a weekend set for a paid crowd. You got that new 10, 15 minutes that you're working on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And but not that it wasn't even that bad. I just pulled out some of the classics.
Oh, the classics.
The classics. And, not using my notes is like a pretty still new experience.
Yeah, it is. It's weird, like going from like, I don't know. Most of the time, do you use paper or do you use your phone?
I use a combination of both.
Okay.
When I go up there, I have just a piece of paper, unless I'm spitballing, then I'll just bring up my phone because I'll have ideas throughout the day. I write a lot of jokes.
Oh yeah.
And so that sounded so braggy. I'm so sorry.
Swinging your dick in the clown car. God damn.
No, I don't have time to get to the
joking.
notebook. I used to have a notebook, but then that felt limiting because then you got to find the notebook. You got to carry a notebook with you everywhere.
Do you have good handwriting?
It's the fun. Yeah, I have small handwriting, so I feel a lot of information in a small space.
I have god awful handwriting, so it's like it's
so
really.
You're all phone all the time?
Yeah, I'm all phone all the time, and I fucking type out all my shit on my computer, and then I have to like I copy and paste all that, and I just instant message myself in fucking Facebook, and then I have all my sets through there, and then I'll upload them to my watch, so then I don't have to look at my phone when I'm on stage. I'll look at my watch.
Whoa! How about that?
We're trying to do that like Spy Kids, like fucking like stand-up comedy fucking angle.
Yo.
Some good shit. Yeah, it's good shit. The night was cool, man. Fucking.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was solid. I got to the next round of the thing, so.
Yeah, give it up for Maxwell. Say congrats in the comments if you watched it this far, because if you didn't, we'll fucking know, dude.
We will know, 100%. The fucking 66 people that watch this sometimes.
Hey, 66!
Hey, 66!
What's up, dude? About to be 67, dude. My mom watches all the pods I'm on, I think.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome. Solid. But you got other podcasts and shit to run too.
Yeah.
What other podcasts are you going to?
I'm going to John Hauser's Blunts Upon a Time.
Good shit.
It's weed and fairy tale, but my two favorite things.
Hell yeah. Mystical weed. Good
Yeah,
shit.
classic.
What other shows you
you
gonna be
good
on?
shit, dude. Sundays in Grand Rapids. Sunday night heat.
I'm about to be there in half an hour.
Half hour. And then Tuesdays in East Lansing at Beggar's Banquet. That is at 7.
Bam. Fucking follow Nicole on at Fancy McVon Pants.
McFancy Von Pants.
McFancy Von Pants, right?
Perfect. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Solid. Hell yeah.
Love you guys.
Deuces. Bam.